What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Optics Podcast. I am Miles, and with me are Mark. Welcome back, Robbie and Jamo.
Yes.
So, last weekend, UP had another game against De La Salle Green Archers. Unfortunately for this one, the De La Salle Green Archers won 106 to 99. In what was a really high scoring game, no? This was just the first preseason game between the finalists for the last two UAAP men's basketball finals. And this one was short on drama, no? It didn't fall short in delivering the drama. So Mark, what did you think about this game? Any initial thoughts about the UP LaSalle rematch for the off season?
What happened?
First
I'll
one.
go ahead and I'll expound a little bit more about my thoughts and my feelings about this game later on after everybody gave um it was exciting. It was one of the first few exciting games in the off season. Siguro yung Lasal versus Ateneo then sa Isa Basket was also something to look forward to. But this is actually something that everybody had encircled in their calendar, Taking a look at the early look about UP post JD, post QMB, post Francis versus LaSalle post KQ. So how will it look like and how everybody would be faring and how everybody has adjusted. So it was a top build match. The crowds came over to watch as expected, and it did not fail obviously to provide that degree of entertainment, no. Lasal at the very beginning, alam mo yun, talagang took the first shot, talagang hard blow for
True.
us because they really blitz us. Surprised us obviously about the new offensive phase of Lasal, which is their two guards in Baclaan and then also with Cortez leading the charge. I feel like we really needed obviously to step up a little bit on defense, at early on and actually in the entire match. And we're just looking at this point in time while we're trying to make that adjustment in how to make our defensive more effective to catch up also on offense because hindi din sila tumitigil on offense. I think all throughout the match per quarter they were all leading, no? And we were only leading in the quarter scoring dun sa huli na. But then it was a little, alam mo yun, too late already. And despite us obviously making the effort of seeing to catch up, it was a very, very high scoring game. So we really didn't have any problems in the offense. It came down really on the defense talaga that made the difference. Usually, obviously, we may produce that high scoring numbers in any other game, but we typically limit most of our opponents when it comes to production. And at this time around, it became really, really difficult. Obviously, we were looking at some of our key players, elite defenders, folks like Harold, Jerry, for example, or Eric, Tito Rayland as well, to provide that particular defense too, because they were the ones that are typically defending the effective scorers for the opponent, like KQ previously. But this time around, we saw something different, obviously, with a very agile guard like Jacob Cortez, who can really, really create and provide those fancy moves. He was isolating most of our players, and we are really, really slow to make the adjustment in order for us to prevent that. So a large part of their scoring really came from their two guards. So kudos to them. It seems like obviously they certainly prepared well for this particular game. For our team, it was only the third game in which our team one and team two are actually playing together, and I feel like key focus in the coming weeks and coming months is really just making sure that we are working as a unit well together, in order for us to be able to be effective offensively, but then be able to, work as a unit and pull each other, using a string in the defense, because this is the type of competition that we are going to be expecting in the coming season.
Okay, that's a very good those are very good points you raised there, Mark, no. Just a thought doon sa sinabi mo na it boiled down to a lack of defense from our players. The numbers do seem to back them up, no. Just looking here at the points in the paint, yung 2 point percentage nila napakalayo sa 2 point percentage
Yes.
natin, no. It was a whopping 64%. So even if we shot better from three, even if we shot much much better from the free throw line, in fact, we even out rebounded LaSalle by a little. We had several assists over LaSalle, in fact, no, for this game. even with a lot of things going right for us, we really had this one thing really going wrong for us, which was our defense, specifically at the interior. They were just driving and cutting to the basket
At
at
will.
will, no, with impunity. That's true. Ikaw, Jamo, anong napansin mo sa laro ng Lasal? What was the X factor, no, or what were the factors by which they really beat UP to the punch no, in their first game?
Well, I'm gonna give credit to to their two guards na yung dalawang transfer nila, no? Uh Jacob is as advertised. Okay. Hindi parang hindi siya nararattle sa physicality ng UP. Probably because galing siya sa isang napaka-physical din na na league, and yun, that spell the difference siguro in terms of sa scoring nila. Pero ayun, I didn't see too much of Mike though.
Si Mike wasn't there yata, or unless you guys were there. Ikaw, Robby, nakita nyo ba? Nakita mo ba, Robby? Nabutan natin si Mike, ano eh, si Mike Cortez. Ano ba siya?
Hindi, I
Um,
mean si Mike
Ah, si Mike
Phillips.
Phillips. I'm so sorry.
Ah,
Akala ko
ah,
nire-refer mo si AirPods niya.
hindi.
Yeah.
I didn't see too much of Mike. All I saw from him was some cleanups, you know, mga putback na, pero hindi siya masyado nandun. Probably because yung bola is mostly nandun sa dalawa na
That's true.
zoomies.
Yeah, I thought that for that game, it showed a lot as to probably how they were going to run their offense for this season. So, unlike last in the previous two seasons where we saw Mike create more shots for their team, no,
Mhm.
mukhang bumalik siya dun sa more traditional role niya of being the energy guy, scoring more off of putbacks or
Yes.
from passes from their teammates, no. Talagang they're really now running their offense through the two-point guards. Kahit dun sa NCAA, actually, si Topex Robinson really, ito talaga yung kind of lineup na siya na talaga, this is signature Topex Robinson na, no, compared to the KQ-led teams. I mean, KQ is a transcendent talent, no doubt about it. But unlike the KQ era for Lasal, this one looks more like a team na talagang si Tupex na yun ang build because it plays more according to the teams that he traditionally handled, no? Katulad nung hawak niya LPU Pirates sa NCAA, he really likes playing with the two-point guard setup, no? Yung two small guard setup. Except this one looks like the same setup pero on steroids. Kasi unlike the Marcelino brothers, ang meron siya ngayon is Jacob Cortez and Kian Baclaan really combining for 50 points. Now, do I think, if you ask me, do I think na this will set the tone for DLSU for the coming season na they will have similar scoring outbursts? I don't think so. I think they will be leading the scoring charge pero even then, medyo outlier performance to. No one scores 30 points a game in the UAAP, let alone five-footer guards, no? So, but definitely, this is something to watch out for. Ito yung pag-aaralan ng coaching staff natin coming into next season. Especially because it looks like makakalaban natin yung Lasal for several games this year, no? Remember, we're still going up against them in the WUBS. Potentially, if we both make the finals, maglalaban tayo ron. If we make the finals here, Phil Oil also, maglalaban tayo ron.
Yeah.
So, maraming beses magkita tong teams na to.
Yeah. One point about Mike, no? Maybe he was not needed. And maybe they chose na itago na lang siya as another panggulat the next time that we see each other. Because he's indeed, for example, had a large production in the last UAAP season. So if in any case, for example, all of a sudden nothing's working for Kian or nothing's working also for Jacob, they still have Mike
Andyan
as
siya.
an option. Yeah, it's scary in a way. Obviously, masanay tayo with Mike actually doing that. But this time around, there's a lot of pieces that they are able to play around with already, that we would really need to prepare with. Again, at the end of the day, it's really about us, diba? I mean, let them worry about creating scores and for but I'm sure, I mean, that the coaching staff will no longer be as surprised the next time. It's just that we just really just need to step up our game also.
Ano ba mga
The-
notable performances ng team natin or lack thereof?
Oo. Robbie, thoughts ba? Meron ka?
Any
Ah,
thoughts?
halos nasabi nyo na lahat eh. What happened, Yuffie? I know.
what happened?
Defense, right?
Defense, right?
Defense will beat me. So, siguro maliban kasi nabanggit na rin naman natin na ano, 'di ba? Pag high scoring, it all boils down to defense. Pero napansin nyo ba na nag puro iso ball ba tayo? Yung yung plays.
I think in the end
Oo.
game,
Oo.
yes.
Yes.
Pero
Yes,
for
no?
most of the game, actually, we were more unselfish than them. Actually, mas maraming ISO ball si Cortez at Baklaan.
Oh. So,
It shows in the stat sheet, no. 8 assists yung lamang natin sa Lasal. So
mm,
we were moving the ball around better. We just didn't move it
oh,
around, especially dun sa
oh.
time na kailangan natin siya i-move around.
Alam mo, ako, hindi ako magugulat kung ganyan. Ang magulat na lang kayo, pag next game, hindi pa rin nag-adjust ang UP. Kasi
Mm.
ito yung opportunity for UP to make adjustments, 'di ba? Kaya
Oh.
kaya nga yung mga player nagsusunog ng data subscription nila para magmanood ng game tape, 'di ba? They will replay that over and over again
Uh-huh.
para alam nila kung saan sila mag-a-adjust. And nabanggit na rin naman natin earlier na hindi tayo sanay sa sa two guard offense ng Lasal. We were we were too focused on big men scoring from Lasal, 'di ba? So, uh, ako hindi ako nagugulat sa 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 defense. There's always an opportunity for that. Para sa akin, ang mas gusto kong i-highlight is yung mga notables natin. Uh, Saan tayo mataas nag-score? Kay Noruka, 'di ba? Uh, maga it's good na so far consistent pa naman siya sa scoring, 'di ba? Ilang points pa siya? He
21.
scored 21,
21 for this
'di
game.
ba? So, uh, sa akin, uh, it's adjust on the defense, but and at the same time, still be consistent on the offense para we can still do that, have a high scoring game, and at the same time, mag-adjust na tayo sa sa kung saan tayo pwede natin i-stop yung kalaban. So, yun.
Speaking of stopping the
Mm.
the kalaban. Wah, ganyan.
Stop the
ramdam na ramdam.
kalaban.
ramdam mo yung yung pangungulila kay sa mga forwards natin, namely Francis and Aldous. Wala
Mm.
tayong nawawalan. God, I miss their athleticism and defense nila, no.
Oo,
May
yung
mga time na So,
block from behind.
tawag dito, yung mga areas for improvement ni na Mark and Migs is definitely the defense, kasi may time sa laro na hindi sila yung hindi sila yung nasa 4 eh. Si Gani.
Or si Seven.
Oo, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Si Seven. Oh, Seven,
Yeah.
by the way. Played comfortably dun sa position niya nun. I mean,
Yeah.
ang gaganda ng mga plays niya.
Yeah. And alam mo yun, parang good on him. And I'm so happy that Seven got that particular exposure. Pero to be honest, di ba, on those stretches, Mark, ikaw na yun. Or alam mo yun,
Oo.
dapat sila mix na yun. Kasi there were plays, for example, that they were looking for somebody in the corner to make the three. And in the end, si Seven yung naabutan. Twice yata nangyari doon and Seven did not make the shot. Yes, Seven has that. He's been practicing. But on efficiency in the last few games, it was indeed Mark and Migs who are able to make that shot. And unfortunately, hindi sila yung nasa loob. And there are reasons behind that. And it's probably because they're not able to manage the defense effectively. Or
Mhm.
maybe they were also in foul trouble. So something to reflect upon, di ba? In terms of, okay, ito yung dinidemand ng game sa atin. Kung gusto ko na ako yung nasa dulo, especially I am the one that inaasahan, especially on that, stretches na kailangan isara yung game and be able to protect a lead or be able to catch up. They should strengthen themselves, and steel themselves. Again, alam mo yon, it's a different look for LaSalle here. It's no longer the KQ-centric LaSalle. They seem to have solved their point guard problem, the apparent point guard problem that they had last season. So it's a different problem, puzzle to solve. And alam mo yun, if we know our coaching staff, they're really, really good at solving these types of puzzles and problem. Actually, they take it as a challenge.
Mhm.
So like what you said, Robbie, I'll be surprised if there will be no adjustment on the next game that we're meeting them.
So, emblematic 'no, yung sinabi ni Fortea doon sa post-game interview nila. He said, and I quote, "Hindi kami masaya dahil natalo, pero masaya kami sa learnings na nakuha namin." Very loaded statement lalo na yung third sentence 'no, yung masaya sila sa learnings na nakuha namin. Take of
Yeah.
think of that what you will, no? I mean, kung ano yung interpretation natin doon. It does seem that both teams were on a feeling out stage, especially for the UP side. That's something naman to take away for our team, no? So it's not for us not to feel bad about the result of that game. Between the two teams, let's context is king, no? For LaSalle, they have been playing together for a while now. They had an earlier start than UP. Naglalaro na sila sa Asia Basket together, etong unit na 'to, as a team. Whereas for UP,
Third game.
the team has only really played together for 3 games, no? Hindi counted yung sa Butuan kasi yung sa Butuan, it's an exhibition game, no? It
Exhibition.
was just a warm-up game for entertainment purposes. For most of the last 1.5 month, they were preparing for Pinoy Liga in which they had to divide the team into two. So actually, personally, I'm also thankful na patapos na rin yung Pinoy Liga season. No? We're just waiting for the post season, no? For the playoffs of the Pinoy
Ah.
Liga Collegiate Cup, so that we can focus on seeing the team play together as one unit. They're also adjusting, aside from what Mark already mentioned, on how to tackle this new look LaSalle team. And on the other hand, because Francis left the team, no, a bit later, than around the time the other players would have left their respective teams, no, medyo alanganin yung timing din ng departure ni Francis. So it also appears na in the end game, they're also looking for that one person to whom they would give the ball to in the end game, no?
Mhm.
They're still trying to figure that out. The pecking order used to be easy to figure out, no? Because we had JD Kagulangan, we had UMB, we had Francis Lopez, and nung time na yun, madaling i-figure out yung pecking order. But now we have the Bullpup Boys, the Maroon 5, and Ray Remogat as our vets. So we have to do the figuring out process all over again. But we do have the tools. We just need the additional reps para ma-figure out natin just in time. And we can leave it to our coaching staff kasi I believe in deep in my heart na in the UAAP, sila yung pinakamagaling mag-adjust na coaching staff. Yun ang
Yeah.
specialty of the house
Mhm.
nila.
Yeah. We mentioned obviously some of the reflection that would need to be done by some of the individual players. Another player perhaps that might have alam mo, yun, taken this game with some thought already post is actually Noy, diba? Noy Remogat. He did mention
Yeah.
that it was his first experience playing with UP against Alasal team, no? Which we know obviously would be probably one of our main competition come the UAAP season. He saw what was going to be up against. Obviously, together with that also comes the expectation, di ba, of what he can do. Because obviously, siya talaga ang isa sa dalawang pantapat natin dun sa dalawa na kalaban natin, which is si Kian and then also si Jacob. So, I'm not gonna put it all against Noy because obviously part of what's going to be the instruction to a point guard is actually setting up the play. So there might be certain things that was asked for him to do coming into this game. Maybe, alam mo yun, the plan coming into this game would just need to adjust the next time that we meet because we all saw for how they are also defending us. Parang napapansin ko, kina-crowd talaga nila yung ball handlers natin if they can get the chance. Parang wala pa yata sa half court talagang very aggressive na sila in trying to disrupt, for example, the offense flow that we do have. No? So that's one thing that we would really need to learn. And that's one thing that they would need to adjust. The key question now to the coaching staff is that who are we able to trust in? No? And I'm sure naman nandun pa yon. Another question perhaps for us as a community in looking into this team, do we have the components to actually be able to manage that adjustment, 'di ba? Parang we stated already kanina the missing out on Aldous, missing out on the defense also of Francis, for example. Now na nakita na nila Mark, nila Mix, for example, what they're up against, diba? Do we have enough time? Are they up to the task? Was it just really, for example, that yung ating solution, at least for this game, was we were not as prepared or we didn't get a game plan, for example, to be able to adjust? We'll probably go ahead and see that in the next coming games, especially the next time that we get to meet them.
Yeah.
So, sige, let's talk about FSAs, no? Nabanggit na ni Robbie, Francis Noruka had a very good game, no, with 21 points. So far, in the Phil Oil, Eco Oil Preseason Cup, Francis Noruka has actually acquitted himself very well, no? He's played against probably three of the best front courts in the UAAP. Probably three of two of the best FSAs, no, and then against Mike Phillips in the game against De La Salle. So he's been averaging points in double digits, and giving UP actually new looks, no, on how to score the basket. Um, for lack of another interior presence, no, especially with UMB gone and Francis Lopez also gone, ang laking bagay nung meron ka another interior scorer sa loob, Francis Noruka. And because he has an outside touch, no, he can shoot the ball from the outside. He
Unang
can
points
actually
nga
be
natin
paired
ay
with
tres
other
niya eh.
bigs. Totoo. Yung pinakaunang points niya actually in the game was a corner three over
Yeah.
Mike Phillips.
Kagulat.
Panggulat, di ba?
Ah.
And because of that ability, na itatabi siya with other bigs eh. We've seen him play together with Seven Gagate, no? Seven Gagate, yung height niya pang sentro talaga, but because of Francis Noruka, na ilalaro siya as a 4, which is also good kasi nung nilaro si Seven Gagate as a 4, he was actually able to score 8 points, no? Kasi na-showcase niya yung very well yung gamit nung height niya over his competition, no? Plus yung speed niya, no? He's surprisingly fast. Seven Gagate was also a pleasant surprise for this game. He showed the bag. He showed na kaya niya makipagbanggaan sa loob. He scored a putback. He scored another 2 points on the post, no? Against his buddy, si Pabs,
Luis.
si Luis Pablo, no? And then he also showed na komportable siya sa perimeter kasi yung other 4 points niya came off drives, no? Yung isa ron, he did the ball fake. Akala ni Pabs, titira siya sa labas. And then he drove to the basket real quick. Mike Phillips wasn't able to catch up. I think as far as confidence boosting goes, this is a really good game for Seven Gagate. And I hope that after this game, tuloy-tuloy na yung trajectory niya upward.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about consistency naman, no? Again, for another another stellar performance from Terence Fortea. He's shooting the lights out again. Napaka ganda ng stroke niya sa tres eh.
Best shooter in
As
college na talaga.
as
No
I've
doubt.
said before, he must be tama naman, consistent pa rin siya dun sa sinabi ko before na he's probably making at least 5 threes a game, which is really really crazy.
Insane.
No?
Outlier performance yun.
Outlier.
Pro yun.
Yeah.
Something that pros do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
He's the
good
one
job.
that has been very, very consistent this off season talaga.
Mm-mm.
stellar performance, and I feel like that's something that he can really, really take on and bring in to the UAAP season, no? And everyone else, for example, kasi ang hirap depensahan talaga ng si Terence, honesty.
Oo.
Kasi talagang hihinto na lang siya eh. Pag nagmamadali talaga siya, hindi pinag-iisipan, doon talaga siya
Yes.
nagiging very hard to defend.
Yeah.
Siya yung perfect example ng someone na pag too wide open, dun pa siya nagbibintis eh. But when he
Oo.
decides on a whim to shoot,
Oo.
ay eh.
Mm.
And ang gusto ko about Terence Fortea is that he scores the three-point basket in a variety of ways. Hindi siya one-dimensional shooter, no? Kasi iba-iba yung ways on how
May
to shoot
catch and
the
shoot.
the three-pointer. Eh. May catch and shoot, yan.
Off the
Parang sina James
dribble.
Yap, di ba? Pero off the
Oo.
dribble, he can do both. Tapos yung minsan yung off the dribble niya, yung may kasama pang step back, di ba?
Oo.
So medyo malala, medyo mahirap siya bantayan if he can score the three ball in a variety of ways.
I don't know if you've
uh,
seen it na sa kanya yung off a bad pass. Hindi ko
yun
pa
na hindi ko
masyado
pa
nakita.
masyado nakikita. Kasi
No?
ang ganda ng to be fair kasi ang ganda rin ng pasahan ng boys.
Oo.
Yeah.
Lately.
Off a
Totoo
bad
yun.
pass. Yun ang gusto ko makita.
Yung may sasalba niya yung play, no?
Oo.
So, ang interesting to see is if Terence keeps this up and he will become a focal point ng defense ng kalaban,
Mm.
is how will the coaching staff now use his gravity, no? Parang sa Golden State Warriors, yung ginagamit nila si Steph Curry as a decoy, and that helps everyone else because now they have to patrol the floor to watch out for Terence kung saan siya magpa-pop up to shoot the three,
Yeah.
no?
We've seen
And
shades
because
of
they
that.
have to watch out for that, everyone else becomes more open. Yun yung nakakatakot. Yun yung I
Yeah.
hope na pinututunguhan na offense natin.
Yun, nakikita
Yeah.
natin sa Pinoy Liga nung yung mga previous games na pumutok doon si Terence.
Tingin ko apparent na rin na dahil nakaka-attract ng bantay si Terence. Na open na rin ng mga ibang player natin. Tingnan mo, si Raylan Torres, nagtatlong tres din naman siya nung game na yun.
Isa pa yun.
So, yeah, so
No?
probably yung mga other 3-point shooters natin now open up din because of Terence.
Yeah.
And our boys have been
I
practicing their
think
threes.
Yeah. We also naman obviously our offensive capability, for this particular game. I feel like there are people that are off in terms of offensively and may mga on, but it's really the defense that made the difference. Kasi kahit hayaan lang nila tayo mag-shoot, if they are more effective on their shooting percentages at sa kanyang
Yeah.
efficiencies, they win. If we are not able to defend them. So, yeah.
Ayan. So, before we move to our announcements, though, do we have any additional thoughts regarding the UP LaSalle game? Any final thoughts or takeaways from last Saturday's game against the DLSC Green Archers?
Ayun. So our podcast has been getting attention, no? At the game may nagpa-picture sa aming tatlo. Ni na Sheffy at ni Mark.
Yes.
So,
Sikat!
yeah, massive shout out to you, ate. Sana itag mo kami. Ito na yung mga namin. Mga handles.
Famous.
Sabi si Mark lang daw yung kilala niya eh.
Hala.
Because of the lady guard na CHK
Yes.
persona.
Yes. Lady Guard.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shout out.
So, ayun.
Mhm.
She didn't even get my handle eh. Pero ako yung kinausap
Mhm.
niya. So, pwede pong magpa-picture sa inyo. Nanonood kasi ako ng
Oo.
uptakes.
Thank you so
Oh.
much.
Like, oh.
Thank you.
Which is surprising kasi inverter yan si Jamo. So, bakit siya yung kinausap?
Oo nga eh. Inverter Tito eh. So yeah, massive shout out to you. Keep watching the
Yeah.
pod and ayun pa 5
Oh.
stars sa Spotify and hit the like sa
Oh.
YouTube.
And share to your friends.
Yeah.
Para mag-subscribe din sila.
Spread the word.
Spread the word.
Yan.
Salamat sa fans And to just note na itong podcast natin is also made by fans na tulad ninyo. Kaya salamat sa sa suporta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
On
yun.
final thoughts, and I mean, it's still the off season, guys. Alam mo yun. And this
Yeah.
is the reason, like what they said also, this is a great learning, at least for the team also. I think it's a loss that we can take at this point in time. I'm not really too worried. It was a very intense game. It could have gone either way, no honesty. If, for example, pumasok yung mga tira ni Nuruka in the end, we could have made it close. And who knows what could have happened. Diba?
Yeah.
There's nothing impossible with the team that we've had, especially in the past 16 seconds with Carl Tamayo, for example. Remember that one? So anything can happen. And sanay naman din tayo obviously sa mga game na heart attack in the end na nagka-cramming tayo. But I'd imagine that the team and then the coaching staff has seen already what's going to be up against them in the coming season. So the adjustments will be made, diba? It's up for us, diba? Kung how we're going to be responding, and dun tayo talaga ma-judge. So keep your heads up, guys. There's gonna be a lot more of exciting games coming. This is not the first time that we lost in the elimination round in Phil Oil and eventually became champions.
That's
So
true.
looking forward to the next games. Bring it
Yeah.
on.
Remember that
Yeah.
first chip? We also lost
Yeah.
in the eliminations eh. So,
Mhm.
That's true. And because this is the off season, I believe by now a lot of us are already used to the grind, no, na
uh-huh.
we're always looking at the bigger picture. This is all just part of the game of adjustments. Na ang ultimate goal is to win the championship come UAAP time. Now, I do believe, no, na between us and the DLSU Green Archers, of course, this is a biased take. This is the uptakes podcast, for heaven's sake. Pero naniniwala ako na marami pa tayong baraha up our sleeves. And ultimately, I think that's the one thing, the probably the biggest thing going on for us coming out of this game. We're still feeling things out. We're still adjusting,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully we get our stuff together in time. For the De La Salle Green Archers, I just also would like to point out, no, uh, Bright Noanco is making a really good comeback from season 86. No, he was part of their season 86 championship team. He didn't play for season 87 because the staff thought that Henry Agunane would be a better choice.
Kala
Of
nila
course, we know
makakaisa
Henry's
pa silang
yun nga.
makaka-Malik 2.0 sila eh.
Akala nila Malik 2.0 si Henry. But of course, iba si Malik, no? Malik's really a unicorn as far as basketball FSAs go in
Oo.
the UAAP, no? Um, Bright Noanco actually did pretty well. He was a beast inside. Sinasalo niya yung mintes ng
No, he was a
DLSU
wall.
inside, no? And he was also a wall, yes. So,
Aparador eh.
kudos to him.
Kita mo ba
Apare yun, aparador siya.
pag bumabangga si Noroa kay Bright,
Oo.
udik tumatalsik si Francis eh.
Ano height
Oo.
ni Nuwangko? 6'11", ba?
I have no idea.
Probably 6'9", mga
Oo,
6'9.
6'9".
Ang lapad niya
Okay.
ngayon, nagulat ako.
Oo.
Pero ang lapad niya.
Mm.
Totoo.
He's so beefy.
Sige.
So, kudos.
Kudos to you, Bright Noanco, and we see you. We see the grind.
Mm.
So that's it for the UP versus De La Salle game last Saturday. Now we have upcoming games. For Phil Oil, we have a game against the UST Growling Tigers. Kailan yung game against UST ulit?
Monday on
This month.
this Monday, and then we will have a game against FEU during the holiday on June 12th, and that is prior
Independence
to our long break in the field oil.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, over the last week, UP also had recruitment news. This is surprising recruitment news. Na we acquired new players, si Jonas Panahon. Sige, Mark,
Yeah.
please introduce us to our newest Fighting Maroon.
Yeah, coming from the news article that was produced via All Star Magazine, we have Jonas Panahon joining us. We have 5 seasons with him. He's a 6'1", a forward coming from Tagudin, Ilocos Sur. coming from San Beda College, Alabang. So,
Okay.
bakit natin siya ni-recruit? Bakit natin natatanong? He was recently named the Finals MVP in BPDL, playing under United Caloocan. That is following a championship that he had in the championship campaign in Prada with San Beda College of Alabang. With the Red Spartans, he also received the season MVP honors for BPBL. And then in the junior MPBL as well, Panahon, together with the San Pedro Spartans, received the season MVP, and he was also given the mythical first team recognition. So I think in one of these, in the junior MPBL, nakakatapat niya si Daep. And in one of those highlights, nakita ko talagang tinatalunan niya and he was shooting over Daep in some of those matches. So he just didn't come from nowhere. He's actually somebody that, if you are indeed following junior basketball, is well known. I think, given na hindi lang siya galing, for example, in the UAAP school NCAA, siguro kaya hindi tayo sinisigawan ng pirata. But he's indeed a very, very good talent. No? Much like, for example, the talent that we've recently recruited, like Karma, and Karma at saka si Poyos also. No?
Boyos.
These are talent that came from different schools outside of the NCAA schools and the UAP schools, and I feel like he's going to be a great addition to this team. Also, he comes in with a lot of championship experience from the leagues that he came from, and being MVP on some of the leagues, in even where Daya probably is participating, is no joke. So
Mhm.
welcome to UP,
Welcome.
Jonas.
Yeah.
And dami na nating may H sa
Jonas.
Welcome.
name. Jonas. By the way, I am Mark, and this is Robbie.
Jam.
Miles, this is Robbie. Welcome to
Miles.
UP.
Yeah.
Dun sa highlight video na nakita natin from Jonas, no? From Jonas panahon. Just a caveat, highlight videos are only show the highlights, no? Syempre, ang players mixed bag yan, may lowlights, etc.
Mhm.
But dun sa highlights niya, he does seem to remind, well, at least personally ako, he looks like a younger Harold Alarcon. Yung may guy na merong natural moves, yung katawan niya, yung meron siyang natural instinct for the ball and meron siyang magandang change of direction, uh body movement, no, even without the dribble, even just using his body. So I really like the potential of this guy, and sana mahasa nila. And since he's coming out of high school, dumadating siya sa tamang yung panahon ng pagdating niya. He's eligible for 5 years with us, so baka ito na talaga yung panahon.
Pun intended. So,
Ayan.
curious thing is to how he will fit in. Well, since he's a forward, medyo maliit though at that point. Pero I'm curious to see how he will play under Coach Gold, no?
Yeah. Mhm.
Especially yung
He's
mga
young.
nung with the departure of our forwards na who are obviously taller than him, 'di ba? Paano siya
Totoo.
gagamitin ni Coach Gold?
Totoo.
Yun.
One thing he has going on for him naman is that he's young, no? He's coming out of high school. So,
Very
we can
malleable.
trust naman na very malleable,
Mhm.
pwede pang tumangkad ng konti, lalapad pa for sure. So,
Yeah.
there's room to grow dun sa body na yun. And also, even if hindi, I do see the potential na ma-convert siya into a guard, no?
Mm-mm.
The tools are there. So even if he doesn't grow taller, he's probably convertible into a guard. Kasi andun naman yung change of pace movement niya, andun yung dribbling niya. He has some semblance of a good dribble. In addition to having a good jump shot, actually, no, nakaka-dress siya. Katulad nung sinabi ni Mark kanina, even over guys like Daep na shushutan niya sa labas. So,
Mhm.
So having said
potential.
that, sa mga first impressions nyo, would you field him in kagad this season 88? Or would you rather have him develop first in the Team B for one season?
Yeah.
Yun ang
Ako
Oh,
personally,
interesting.
alam mo yun, yeah, they'll probably get to figure out that themselves also, you know. I mean, they'll probably get the benefit of playing against the UAAP team and the NCAA team. And makikita nila for themselves, diba, what the competition is gonna ask from them, di ba? Iba na pag nakakatapat mo na sila Padrones, um sino to, Palacielo. Kasi sabi sa
Palacielo.
Oo.
'di ba? Pag nakatapat mo na yan sila ni Caballero, 'di ba? Can you defend
Banero.
against them? 'Di ba?
Mhm.
Can you shoot over them? So, sila mismo marirealize nila if they're indeed ready or not. So, let's take this off season for them to be able to get those learnings in, and ultimately that will be able to motivate them actually to either get into the season or take the year in order for them to strengthen and
Mhm.
improve, you know?
Yeah.
Totoo. Siguro this early, wala akong sample. I won't be able to give a good answer just because walang sample size to make a judgment.
Mhm.
Pero potential wise, I think he can make it. Skill wise, especially uh considering na some of our other players vying for the last few slots sa lineup
Yun nga
natin
eh.
are
Yun yung
also
follow-up
in the
question eh.
developmental. Yun nga, yun. So we'll probably know the answer to that much better as the off season goes along. Pero I think he has a chance. Uh,
The thing
but
is,
yes, go on.
uh, do we have enough games to see? Ano,
Ayun pa.
enough
Middle na
games
kasi
left
ng ano no.
sa
Yeah.
Pinoy Liga and even, Alliance. Which, by the
Ayun
way,
pa.
Yeah.
natambakan na naman tayo.
I think
I don't
enough pa rin, enough games pa rin.
Mhm.
Tsaka when we talk about off-season and pre-season games, trial by fire ka agad eh. 'Di ba ano? Dire-diretsong ano, nalalaro, minsan nalalaro agad yung mga kahit kakapasok lang eh. So I think ano, there's still enough time for them to
Yeah.
assess
Sa
kung
bagay,
if
nung pag-graduate
they
sina Seven, sina Pabs, naglaro sila sa ball out, 'di ba?
no?
Oo.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Correct,
remember.
correct. Hmm.
Pero
Yeah.
ngayon, depende kung kailan siya mag-show up sa VTC at
Yeah.
ma-acclimate into the team.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, if ever naman graduation season na tapos na sila, I think tapos na ba dapat sila sa high school? Baka sumama siya sa mga foreign trips. And
Honestly, that
even on the
calendar is very
scrimmages,
confusing these days. I'm not used to
well,
that.
tingnan natin. Kasi I'm sure he himself will be able to scrimmage against, alam mo yun, our current team. And syempre, as all of them
Mhm.
are vying for the same position, they'll probably defend each other and so he'll be able to see how he matches up and the coaching staff will see that. So again, there's goods and bad thing. We're playing for a championship team, so it's championship or bust for this particular team. So it's not
Mhm.
enough that we'll just fill in the last one or two slots in the team.
So,
We really need components that will be able to bring us the championship. Nakita na natin kung sino ang kalaban natin. And I'm sure during the time na kalaban natin ng Lasal, tumitingin si Coach Gold sa bench. Sino pwedeng pantapat natin dyan? Sino
Mhm.
pwedeng to defend? Sino yung gagawa ng scoring run for us? And if you're not an option, likely di tayo malaline up.
ito.
Yeah.
Very good point yun. This is a win now team, no?
Yeah.
This is not a developmental team. We're not rebuilding. We're not
Yeah.
trying to move up the tiers. We are in
Mhm.
the, I think safe to say, top two, no? This is not ano, hindi naman sa bias tayo. Just objectively speaking, since we're the defending champions, we have an intact as well, we lost big parts of our core, pero a lot of the core is still there. So
And our core
Yeah,
is
yeah.
in their final stage of evolution.
Tama. Tama.
So this is
Yeah.
definitely a win now team.
Yeah.
Yan.
Yes.
Yeah.
so eto na yung panahon, pun intended, na kailangan natin ano no, kailangan na kailangan natin ipakita na we can sustain excellence beyond just winning one championship, no. This
Yeah.
is a
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
challenge for the team.
Tama. We have enough talent in the pipeline. I'm not really too worried. I think ang key focus na lang din dapat ng team right now is what do we need to do for season 88. We shouldn't be worried about 89 in all honesty too. It's probably too far and I
Too
feel like we
far
have
away.
enough talent. But the key focus right now is seeing, for example, now that we had that loss, we really need to take those particular learnings and be able to improve because the season is fast coming. So, kailangan natin i-focus now on all our efforts in making sure that we strengthen the team from now until we get into the UAAP.
Yeah.
Before we conclude our episode, any other thoughts on um, Jonas Panahon or any other exciting things that we need to look forward to no in the coming days?
So,
Naghihintay pa rin ako ng mga pasabog.
yeah.
UNB, UNBS
Parang
pasabog.
meron pa.
Oo, laging may
Ay.
ganun eh. Yun,
We'll
yun ang
see.
Same
final
here.
thought ko.
Same
Oo,
here.
Abangan natin.
Yeah.
Diba?
We'll see. Hinihintay ko rin kung maglalabas ng Pinoy Liga ng any games pa on schedule for their semifinals or quarterfinals and finals for this week.
Yun.
Kasi wala tayong games for our Team 1 or Team 2 so far. And the next game na meron tayo is already na-scheduled is actually Phil Oil on Monday. And then yung FEU natin on June 12. And afterwards, I think mawawala tayo for a bit. I think may foreign trip yata yung team natin after that. So Pinoy Liga would really need to fill up the schedule in order to finish their tournament if they intend to finish it before the team flies out.
So, Pinoy Liga, pakigalawang baso.
Totoo.
Kita-kits ulit sa puyatan sa Enderon. Makikipagpuyatan po
Correct.
kami. Sige. And that concludes this week's episode of the Optics Podcast. Magkita-kita muli tayo sa games. Hopefully, much earlier than the UST game kasi next week pa yun, Monday pa. So, who knows, baka maglabas bigla ng schedule si Pinoy Liga within the week, no?
Yeah.
And
as
So,
always,
yun.
no? Hit like, get subscribe. 5 stars sa Spotify. Don't
Mag-hello
forget-
kayo pag nakikita nyo kami sa games.
Don't forget to say hi
Yes.
sa games.
And congratulations again, Lasal. Last yun na yan.
Alright. Alright. UP fight. UP fight.
UP fight.
Woo!